We've got Larry Cothran. He is an owner-operator, and he's the owner of Cothran Logistics. He's going to tell us a little bit about what it's like becoming an owner-operator, what it's like running your own trucking fleet. Larry, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you, man, for having me here, man. It's a plum pleasing pleasure, and I'm so glad to be here. How you doing?
I'm glad to have you here, man. I love your energy. I unfortunately can't see you right now, but I love your energy. Let's talk about Cothran Logistics. What does your operation look like?
Well, when it comes to starting a company or whatever, I always tell people make sure that you secure freight first. A lot of people like to jump into the company. They like to jump into starting a company, or they like to jump into whatever it is that they're doing without having any research. Just because you have money, don't mean that you can just jump into the company. Okay, and so I like to tell people, hey, make sure you have some research. Make sure you have some instruction and somebody there to hold your hand so that you can get through those tough times, because it's nothing like going through something and you don't have anybody there to kind of guide you through the place to where you want to go. So another thing is too is once you get to the place to where you know that you can secure the freight, get to the place to where you know that you can that you're to the place to where you can have different sources of income coming in, or avenues of revenue stream. So one of the things that I like to tell people to do is have some money set to the side, or have a line of credit or something like that. Because when you first getting started, it's going to be hard. You don't want a blown tire to put you out of business. I remember the first time I got started. Actually, the second or third time I got started. The second or third time I got started, I was driving, and the first week I had a blowout. I had something going with the electrical system in my truck, and I was trying to figure out, man, like, am I going to be able to? I should have stayed a company driver for this right here.
Larry,
and so with all that,
sorry, go ahead, finish up.
So with all that being said, I would say, one of the things that is very important is that making sure that you have some capital, because having that capital is going to push you to the next level that you need to be, and it's going to make you to where you can be consistent in the industry.
Larry, I really like what about doing your research before you're going all into this industry, because it's pretty difficult to get started and to really find your niche and find your footing. And it can also be difficult to do that when you're an owner operator and operating kind of on this solo individual basis. Talk to me a little bit about the importance of mentorship and building relationships with other people in the industry to kind of give you the avenues to find that research.
I'm glad you asked that question right there, because having mentors is what got me through the tough times. Having a mentor is the thing that when I could have fell down and should have stayed down, having a mentor and a coach and people there that I can call on, having that mentor, those were the people right there that helped me get through those tough times. And like now, I coach people and teach people how to start their business, how to be consistent in their business, what trucks to buy, which lanes to run, and everything like that right there. So having a mentor is very important. And if you don't have a mentor, you'll find out that talking to people at the truck stops and talking to people along the way, that'll get you a long way too.
Larry, talk to me about how important it is to know exactly what your cost is on your truck, exactly how much it's going to cost you to run one load from point A to point B. Talk to me about how important that is.
Okay, that's very important. I always tell people about the bottom line. Make sure that you know your numbers. You have to know your numbers. Make sure that you know your bottom line, because if you don't know your bottom line, what's going to happen is you're going to run and you're going to run and you're going to start seeing money, but you're going to think you're making money and you're really not making any money. And so being able to, and I tell people, knowing your magic number is this right here. What it costs me to run versus what it costs someone else to run is totally different. It's just like everyone is a snowflake. And so it may cost you $5,000 a month to run. And it may cost me $7,000 a month to run, because I got a family. I may have more kids than you. I may have more expenses than you. I may have a newer truck with a higher truck payment, with higher insurance. And so knowing what your cost is, what your fixed cost is, and what may what your variable cost is too, is very important. And to be able to learn how to do that, you need to. I tell people to put everything in a spreadsheet. Once you put everything in a spreadsheet, you'll be able to find out. Okay, this is what I need. This is what I may need to put back. And because you always got to put something back, because it's not if your truck break down, it's when it break down. You need to make sure that you have something to get that covered with.
So, Larry, you've actually been out running on the roads lately. Talk to us a little bit about how your experience is firsthand. Is it as crazy as we all think it is? We don't get a lot of firsthand experience from drivers that are actually out seeing what they're doing. So, tell us how it's been.
It is crazy. It is crazy right now. One of the things is that I guess one of my top frustrations is this right here. Being like, I'm hungry. Whenever I'm hungry, I can't never go and just sit down and eat because they always, because they closing up the shop, or it's not many people out there working, you know what I'm saying? Because, lines are longer, different things like that. You can't just go sit down like you used to go sit down at the truck stop and, kick it with people. So, just stand in the truck all day, that's pretty boring. I like to conversate with people and, engage in conversation and different things like that and build relationships as well. So, it is crazy out there right now, but I make the most of it because I'm always helping people, with consultations, coaching, different things like that right there. So I'm able to help people along the way.
Larry, you talk about how mentors were so important to you. Who were your mentors coming into being an owner operator and getting into the trucking industry?
Okay, I had two mentors. I had one person that was kind of like a local person. Um, I had one person who was a local person. He was mentoring me, and then I had another lady who mentored me. I won't say her name, but at the height of her company, she had like 95 trucks that she was running up under her company or whatever. And so when I would talk to them, and then I would talk to other people too. So starting out as an owner operator, those were the mentors. But starting out in trucking, when I first started out in trucking, I couldn't find a mentor to save my life.
Hey, Larry, tell me a little bit about how you go about deciding what lanes and what loads to pick. Are you looking at load boards? How do you decide which load is better for you than others?
Well, I always say like this right here: when it comes to knowing your lanes, knowing which loads to run, I always say go to the place that produce something. If you go to a place that's producing something all the time, guess what? You're always gonna have a load out of there. Okay, you may not have the top dollar load all the time, but whatever state is producing something, that is a key right there that you can go to that state and you can find something out. Like for example, Indiana, Illinois, um, the Midwest, Kansas, all those places. Now, if you say, hey, look, man, I want to go to Montana to go pick up a load, what's out there? There's nothing in Montana. They're not producing nothing in Montana. What are they producing in Nevada? Nothing but sun. You can't take that nowhere. So, and so I find out like that right there. I tend to tell people that the Midwest is the best place to run. I just put up a video yesterday of a lady that I did an interview with, and she made $11,700 in 1 week just running the Midwest.
Wow.
And she lives in California. And so she just drove to the Midwest and made that money in like 4 or 5 days. And so it headed back to the house.
Larry, we've got about a minute left. I want to finish up asking you this question. What is your absolute favorite part of being an owner operator or being a truck driver?
The freedom, the time, the freedom, I would say, and helping people too, because I love to help people. I found out that my passion is teaching people. That's my passion more than driving, because I was on the phone for like 8,000 minutes one month, and I said, you know what, I got to start teaching people how to, because people was calling my phone. I put my phone number on YouTube, and so I would say teaching people. That's my passion. That's what I love, and just being just having the freedom and the money too. That's a plus. Building those relationships.
The money's good right now for sure, Larry. Hey, Larry, if there's any other owner operators out there that are looking for mentorship that might want to reach out to you, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, yeah, you can go to my Instagram. I am Larry Cothran. You can also look up my TikTok as well. I am Larry Cothran. It takes you to my It takes you to my YouTube page. It takes you to my Instagram page. So look up. I got some pretty funny videos on there, and it's a lot of it has to do with trucking. So I am Larry Cothran. I mean, am LarryCothran.
Awesome, Larry. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I catch a lot of trucking videos that come up on my For You page sometimes on TikTok, and I'm always like, I got to find that guy. Want to see if he wants to come on FreightWaves Now.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go give Larry a look on his TikTok. He had great energy. I'm sure his YouTube and TikTok channels are fantastic.